Hello everyone, this is HJ Halloween, and welcome back to my 8th build video for my 2018 haunted house. So this is going to be my final build video for the 2018 season. What I'm going to be doing today is taking you guys outside and putting together the Haunted Mansion display. I have to paint it, I have to get all of the stuff inside of it. It should be a really fun one, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alright guys, so here it is. We just got this structure put up yesterday and it looks awesome as usual. You might be able to tell that this wood back here has been replaced because, as you can see, it doesn't have the design on it from last year. We had to get some new wood because that wood that we had saved for like 2 years or 3 years was starting to rot. So we replaced that wood, so now I have to go ahead and get some white coats on this before I can do the design, which is going to look really awesome. If you've seen my concept art video for this Haunted Mansion display, it's going to have a really neat design on there that I'm excited to do. That'll be fun, but first we got to get the white done. So the reason I want to come out here and get this done real quick right now is because I'm going to end up having to put 2 coats most likely on here, so I'm kind of going into this expecting that. So today I want to go ahead and get 1 coat done, and then I will come back later. Right now I'm filming this on the 18th, so it's a Thursday, so I want to make sure that I have the first coat done so that this weekend I can get the second coat on and then also be able to get the design on and not have to worry about more white coats. And as you can see, these walls are the same that we saved from last year, so they still have that brown from the cabin display, but since we replaced the ones on the back, you can see they also don't have the black paint on them, which is something I definitely want to do. It's not super critical, like if it doesn't end up getting done, because it's going to be dark anyways, but it definitely just kind of makes it look a little bit better and kind of takes attention away from it. It's not as noticeable, this kind of ugly back part, is if I put the black paint on there. So I'm probably not going to film that, but just wanted to make note that that is something that I'm going to have to do as well. So right now, let's go ahead and jump right into getting the first coat of white on here. Alright guys, so the paint turned out really, really good. Those stencils were a little bit difficult to work with because they didn't have a sticky side on them. So I had to just kind of use as much tape as I could and tape circles behind it to hold it in place. And so they're not perfect, but they're definitely exactly what I was envisioning for this display. I had attempted to do a smaller one up there. I had like 2 versions of the stencil. That didn't work, so I ended up using the huge ones. And so I had 6 of the huge ones that I did on there. And then the other thing that I ended up having to do, because my dad put these extra like beams in the front, which I don't think we've had before, but apparently the way he rebuilt it this time, he needed to use these, which is okay, but it made it a little bit difficult for me to paint straight across, because what I could have done is just had like 4 of this square section going along this. So I would have had 4 across in 2 rows. So that would have been just 8 stencils that I had to fill, instead of making it a little bit more complicated, because what I ended up having to do, since I had them kind of spaced out around these beams, I had to like cut the stencil so it just had this part here. You see that center part? That was part of the stencil. And then do those in those areas. And they weren't all even. They weren't all able really to fit that piece of the stencil very well. But I just did what I had to do with those and ended up getting them to all fit in. And I think that it actually turned out really, really well. It actually all kind of meshes together and looks like one awesome design. There is some spaces like in between the 2 rows, of course. It's not perfect, but it definitely is really unique. I've never really done any sort of paint like this before. I've always just done like the stripes or a solid color, so this kind of mixes it up a little bit for 2018. It definitely looks better after adding these sections here, because before there was just too big of a space between each of the designs that it didn't really look like real wallpaper as much as I wanted it to. So it ended up turning out great. I'm really, really happy with how it looks, but now it's time to get all of the stuff inside the Haunted Mansion. I think it's gonna look really cool. We've got Levitator Girl, Menacing Molly, and Rocking Horse Dolly to put into here today. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a time lapse. I'm gonna be doing all of that, and when I come back, this Haunted Mansion display should be done. Alright guys, so I got the Haunted Mansion display complete. Sorry, her going on and on, it's kind of annoying. But I think that this is probably our best display yet. I think it perfectly utilizes all of these props in here, and I'm definitely glad I was able to make use of Levitator Girl and Menacing Molly for one more year, because they are definitely some super awesome props. Last year they were inside, and this year they have become part of our outdoor display. I think that's caught on her a little bit, but that will, I'll show you in a second. And I just think that it looks so awesome, guys. The design of the wall looks perfect, and Menacing Molly is perfect with her head showing in the mirror, so you can kind of see it there. Like just as you're looking at the display, you can see how creepy her face is even before she bends back at you. The dolly will just keep going and going, and the bed fits perfectly in here as well. I'll get these guys turned on for like my videos and stuff, and I also have those candles right there to go on. But let me show you each thing. Let me show you Molly and Levitator. So here she is.
I like being alone.
See how you can see her face in the mirror?
I don't need friends. Until I need to breathe again.
Just perfect, I think. Absolutely perfect. So don't have her on her swing this year, and you guys might have been freaking out watching that video because you could see I cut her hands off of the rope. But that's okay, because this is actually, I got a second one that has like the new updates for the 2018 version, as well as the fact that my old one doesn't work with an adapter, and it only works with batteries, and I really need one that works with adapter out here. So I made an investment and got another Menacing Molly a little while ago, and that is the one that you guys are seeing here. I also recorded an instructional setup bit of her that hopefully should be out by now. So I think that she looks really, really awesome here. The stool is perfect, or the seat is perfect. The mirror is the perfect height just to get her head in there, and it's just perfect for her like this.
I see the things that hate you the most.
And now that she's like on a seat, I won't have to worry about her having any issues like falling over or getting back up, because she's just going to be kind of stationary there. And she does work just sitting down. She doesn't need to be on her swing. Her swing honestly makes it a little bit more sketchy having her go, because it's like can swing around and something could break, but I think this is the perfect utilization of her. I also have the two dolls right here, the one from last year and the new one from this year, as well as the spell book I was talking about. Those look really cool on there. We've got our dolly, who this hand keeps coming off. I'll put that on right there. So she's perfect right there. Fits just perfectly. Had just enough space for her. And here is our Levitator. It's a windy day today, so this thing's kind of blowing around. And we do have the lights, a flickering there for Molly, and a purple light on Levitator that will look good once it gets dark. So it's just a beautiful display, guys. I'm so happy with how it turned out. It all just came into fruition, and it just looks perfect. It's better than I ever could have imagined. The dresser looks good there. I got it kind of taped up. The mirror is perfect. And I think everything just came together really, really well. Alright guys, so I know this is kind of a weird cut, but that's actually going to finish off the video right there. Unfortunately, my camera ran out of storage space, so I'm just filming this right now to let you guys know that this is going to be the end of the build video. I basically showed you everything I need to show you, but I just wasn't able to give a little concluding statement. So anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this build in the comment section below, and what you thought of the Haunted Mansion display. Was it your favorite one we've done yet? Or did you like the cabin or maybe even the bedroom from 2016 better? Just let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I personally think that it turned out really well, and it's my favorite one so far, so I'm really glad with how it turned out. So again, I hope that you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.